If you're ready for our review and tour of Jellystone Park Milton, make some noise. We were recently hosted by Jellystone Milton for 2 nights and stayed in one of their new this season covered wagons. It was our first time at Milton and our first time staying at a Jellystone owned by Great Escapes RV Resorts. Milton is on the small side for Jellystone in terms of number of sites, and it is a very walkable park. The folks at Milton gave us a golf cart to use for the weekend, and it was quite convenient, but we could have managed well without. The covered wagon was a unique and bigger than it looks online accommodation. While storage space was limited, the wagon had plenty of space to move around, and we were able to move one chair and have room for our pack and play. The wagon features AC, TV, a twin-over-twin bunk, a queen bed, and a retro chic microwave and mini fridge. Oh, and also a full bathroom. The decor is purposely rustic. It was clear a lot of thought went into designing them. There's park-wide free Wi-Fi, but the wagons and all the cabins also have their own dedicated fiber lines and Wi-Fi. Make sure to check out our covered wagon tour video. The activities were fun, creative, and well attended. We were there for Pirates and Princesses weekend, which also doubled as one of their Bingo Mania weekends. Milton has a long tradition of bingo being a big deal, and not just candy bar bingo, but 2-hour blocks of cash bingo. Creative and fun activities included a foam slip and slide kickball, and a treasure hunt with clues hidden around the park, with a large prize pack for the winner. The character interactions were good. It's clear the bears here have well-practiced bits and mannerisms. Private bear visits are priced quite low, $10 for a bear visit, and an additional $5 for the bear to bring along a dozen mini donuts. The bear's fur is also very clean, so someone is keeping them nicely groomed. The wagon rides are all a smash. The morning rides with Yogi were fun, with Yogi doing Yogi things. The nighttime glow ride was rocking and very popular. We were on the first wagon, and when we got off, there were easily over 100 people waiting in line. The Wet n Wild wagon ride might have been the funniest and definitely the wettest 12 or so minutes I've ever had at a Jellystone. The bystanders really got into it. There were people with umbrellas, scuba gear, one guy with a pressurized container of water, plenty of water guns, and so many hoses. And the park's GMs would race to various spots along the route to douse us with buckets of water. The splash pad and pool were never crowded. You can walk in any time of day and find chairs without issue. The splash pad is nice for a park that size especially. The 8-inch depth throughout the splash pad is perfect for the littlest ones to crawl and explore, especially since there's not much in the way of crowds. The golf carts are very nice, all electric, headlights, seatbelts, side mirrors, actual speedometers, etc. While a cart is not necessary at this park, they are the nicest rentals I've seen yet. The food at the food truck was quite good, and the portions were very generous for the price. We ate 3 meals there and never had to wait in line or wait more than 10 to 15 minutes for food, which was all made to order. The atmosphere at Milton is so friendly. The staff all seem like they genuinely want to be there. No one was going through the motions or put off by being asked questions. Milton also has a lot of regulars who camp often and contribute to the family atmosphere. The campground itself is gorgeous. The sites and cabins feel naturally placed. There are no giant cleared out areas with rows of sites, and there are sites overlooking the creek and cabins overlooking the pond. All in all, Milton is fitting of being located on Hidden Paradise Road. It exceeded our expectations and is deserving of more attention. Yes, it is a corporate-owned park, but it absolutely has an authentic, small park family feel. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
This is the splash pad at Jellystone Milton. Lots of seating around and a lot of umbrellas. In fact, not even full right now. And you can see the tower there. And it's about ankle-deep water for adults. And you can see the slides coming out on this side, the yellow slide. It's cute, it's small, but lots of water features, and definitely get fully wet going through there if you're a little kid. That's for sure. And right behind the pool, the splash pad, is the activity center where they do a lot of their activities. Candy bar bingo is in there as well. And not far from the splash pad is the pool. And then here's a morning look at the splash pad, and we have some footage too of it in action, obviously, but all's quiet this morning on the splash pad. And just another view here of the tremendous amount of seating here around the splash pad. So not one of those places where you got to scramble for chairs necessarily. There are 3 slides in the splash pad. The yellow one comes out on this side, and then there's a green and a red on the other side. Here's the pool at Jellystone Milton. Decent sized pool, and not that far from their splash pad right around the corner. It's just the activity center in between. Nice large umbrellas on the side there. And again, decent sized pool, centrally located right next to the activity center and the splash pad. We're in the activity center at Jellystone Milton. They told me earlier these garage doors on the top there were just put in so they can actually close this up instead of it being open air all the time. Pretty large. You got all these picnic tables in the back, and we're only halfway through it. And then everything in the front, nice bingo station up top. We've got the actual numbers and everything on there. So you can buy your gem mounting bags back here as well. And there's even a little play area for the kids in the corner. So that's pretty cool. The splash pad is right next to the activity center. Then we're going to walk around this way. See a giant Connect 4 game right there. And they have a Bears den now. This was new, I think they said this year, where, you know, the Bears come out, say hi, they wake them up, they put them to sleep at the end of the season. They do have water wars here at certain times. See that there. You know, we've seen that footage in the mill run video of those targets up top, and you're trying to hit those to set off the water in those buckets, and otherwise you're just trying to kind of hit your opponents with water balloons. We'll take a look inside the pool. We get a sense of the depth. Actually, I didn't get close to this pool yesterday. I see 4 feet on the shallow end, and it looks like 6 feet in the middle. I think it might be shallow. It might be 4 on the end again. Or it's 4 and 6. Yeah, 4 and 6. It looks like it's a clean shallow to a deep end there. And those giant umbrella tables, the blue and yellow there in the corners, and then the seating all around. So just beyond that, we'll zoom in a little bit here, we have what was their snack bar, the picnic basket. Now they're going to use that as storage. They have a food truck here right next to it, which we're going to eat lunch and dinner from today. So this campground has a whole area down a small hill near the creek with several things to do. We'll zoom in here with the basketball court and the volleyball court right behind it. You can see some tent sites behind those. This really interesting playground. It looks more like something you might see inside at like a large soft play place or fast food chain, something like that. But it is here outside, up the hill. Some slides and things to do inside of it. Gaga pit here, right on the other side. And then right between actually a little bit behind the play structure, but between that and the Gaga pit is the outdoor theater. You can see the screen there. And then the projection booth nearest to us where they show those outdoor movies. And we got your jumping pit down here, jumping pad down here. It is, of course, deflated as it is morning. Yeah, there's your jumping pad, deflated. We will hopefully be able to add some footage of it in action as well. And then here, this is not a dog run. You can see those things attaching either side, is human foosball. So you just kind of grab onto the poles, you get enough people to play, and you're kicking the ball around like you would in foosball. Just beyond on the other side of the jump pad, there are some horseshoe pits as well. It's just a quick shot here of some of the Creekside sites. They're actually pretty spacious, and they overlook the creek, which is actually pretty low this summer. They haven't had a lot of rain, but they're kind of neat sites, reminiscent of some of the sites they have along rivers and things like that at some of the other Jellystones. So just an area to consider if you're coming here in a trailer RV. Now, I don't believe these have sewer, so it's a little bit more rustic in that sense, but really beautiful sites with that nice view in the back. So this is the large pond here at Milton. And really, we're here. I'm over here early in the morning, and I think you could see it on the video. There's steam coming off the pond this morning because it is probably barely 50 degrees, maybe low 50s. It'll warm up quickly. It is still summer, but really pretty this morning. People can come down here and fish. They do that. Otherwise, probably, frogs, small animals, things like that in the pond, but very beautiful. Oh, I just caught something I hadn't seen on the far end. There are a couple of swing chairs, large sort of swings to sit and relax. And you can see here the pergola there and the small white footbridge. Just a very pretty little site around the pond. And it is in the middle of the park. It's not something that you kind of have to hoof to on one of the outer rims. And there's a red bench there. And then we're going to swing around. I'm going to try to zoom on up the hill here. Because you can see through the trees, one of the cabins, there are several of those where their porches face the pond. So that's kind of like their lake view. So we have the Creekside sites, and then we have these quote-unquote lake view cabins up top. We'll zoom back out and turn around, give you an idea of where we were. Now, earlier in the video, we were over there by that play structure on the bottom, and you can see already, it's only been about 15 minutes, it's still about 7 in the morning, they are inflating that jump pad already. So they start that up pretty early so the kids can get out and play, as soon as they're out and dressed and ready from the night before. And then there's a small pond here as well. I was told that's primarily frogs in there, not really fish or anything. Just a little small pond, mostly covered in the vegetation. So this is probably my favorite playground of the ones I've seen here, and it gets a little bit underused, I asked, because it is up a little bit ways back from some of the other amenities. It's not a far walk, it's just that you can see here, it is surrounded by RV sites, so you can easily miss it if you don't kind of turn the corner, or you can think it's not quite as large as it is. This is really cool for these sites here. I mean, this is essentially your backyard with this playground, and it's several structures. So you see the Jelly Roger pirate ship here, this other play structure right here, and we'll walk through. You got your little train, this playground here, and I'm guessing this one might be newer here in the back for this red, yellow, and blue structure. It just kind of looks newer. I could be wrong, but it looks like that may have been added after some of the other structures up here. But again, just a really nice play area, especially for the people staying in the RV sites up here. I mean, that one you can see is literally right. I mean, that's got to be 10 yards. The one reason I'm speaking somewhat quietly in this video is we are out early, and these folks could still be asleep, and they're literally right next to the playground. So pretty cool area up here. Again, you can come find it regardless of where you're staying, but really cool for the sites along this way. We're outside one of the comfort stations, and it's also the laundry is located here as well, here at Milton. I stepped inside the men's there, but I think someone's using the shower. I'm not going to go in and film, when people are actually using the facilities. These are sort of your standard comfort stations, a handful of toilets, a couple showers in there. There's some at the front of the park that we'll get to that have individual toilet and sinks, and then individual showers in those. As you can see on the laundry door, washers here are $1.50. Dryers are $1.50 for 20. Washers $1.50 takes 26 minutes. Dryers $1.50 for 42 minutes. And we'll step inside. Hopefully, we're not disturbing anyone. Probably not this early. Oh, we are not. There's laundry facilities. They are coin op. There is no change machine, so bring quarters, or you can go to the registration desk and they'll change your quarters for you. 4 dryers on this side. 4 washers. There's one marked out of service right now, but this is not a very large campground. So again, I was in here yesterday, none of them were running. Obviously, it's early in the morning now, none of them are running. Some hooks on the wall, table to fold clothes, a little bit of Yogi branding up top. So small space, but 4 and 4, and it's not a exceedingly large campground, so I doubt there's a major issue getting machines when you need them, especially if you don't do them at sort of peak times of the day. If you come in early or later in the evening, you should have no problem getting a machine. And again, I was in here mid-afternoon yesterday. None of them were running. So this is Milton's laser tag arena, new this year. You can see, it's certainly on the smaller side. But here is the plus side of that. They limit games to 12 total people. And since this isn't scattered through some wooded area, it's not a game of hide and seek. This is definitely a game where you are battling each other. They have different game modes. They do like a capture the flag version of laser tag with one of those game modes. So something a little bit different and interesting and fun. Versus just your standard, just try to shoot people's lasers as many times as possible. There's your Yogi statue here at Jellystone Milton. This is a new statue this year. They said they had one of the older ones before. So brand new, you can actually tell it's just still pretty shiny there. So that is the registration area and store that is under renovation. A big expansion of that. The backside of that building used to be residence for the GM. So they've blown that out. It's going to have a nice large area for a store there, much more office space, dedicated check-in lines, things like that. So when it's finished, it's going to be really good. Now, they've run behind because of shipping delays, construction materials, things like that. There's folks out here working on it already this morning. It's before 8 a.m. So they're trying real hard to get this done, at some point. So we'll walk up a little ways to the trailer they're using as their temporary registration. They do have some items for sale inside. It's a pretty good use of space. Hopefully, by the time if you're coming to Milton here, we're here summer 22 in August. So if you're planning summer 23, you should be fine at that point. I don't know if this renovation will be done this fall. I don't think so, based on what I've seen inside. And then we have some firewood here, which is just, I gotta tell you, people make fun of me, but I judge firewood, and it's great wood. It's dried for days, I've been told, and it burns really well, catches easily, burns well. We had a very nice fire last night. And then that trailer is what they're using as their office right now. I'm gonna walk beyond it a little bit just to show you one of the cabin areas near the front of the park that pretty handy. A couple cabins here, and then there's some tucked around the corner. Nice location for cabins. There's a decent number of cabins here. I think they're probably going to get more coming in as well as they go forward into the future. But I was able to see inside a few with the general managers, a few different cabin types yesterday with the general managers yesterday. All look really nice. You can actually see the covered wagon we're staying in between the trees. The covered wagons are new this year. There's two. We're in the one that's at the front of the park, and then there's one a little bit further back. So we showed you a couple different playgrounds on property here, and then there's a couple small play structures here right behind the temporary office and right next to the main store and registration area that's being renovated. So just a couple things that kids could hop on while they're waiting for their parents to check in. Right behind that, or actually behind the registration station, is where they do their gem mining. We'll take a quick walk over there, but you can purchase your gem mining bags. If you've been to a Jellystone, you're probably pretty familiar. Most of them have the gem mining, I think, at this point. They just have the nice gem mining sluice right here, and then the examples of what you can get in the bags there. And then, of course, the little identification chart, so you know what gems and rocks you've gotten. So this is that other set of comfort stations, and when I had seen it in pictures, I had thought it was similar to the family style that we've been at a few different parks, but they're actually split out. There's individual toilet and sinks on this side, and then individual shower rooms on the other side. We'll see if any of these are unoccupied. Obviously, I don't want to walk in on anybody. Just to give you an idea, it's a pretty standard restroom, but so yeah, here's the inside. Pretty basic, a lot of space. You got your sink there, you have a mirror above it, toilet there, plenty of toilet paper. Nice place to come in, shave, go to the bathroom, get ready for the day, brush your hair, stuff like that. But again, it is separate from the showers, which we will go to next. Now, here's the shower side of the comfort station, and again, we have a bathroom in our wagon, but we are right there, so if we wanted to use another bathroom or shower, it's right next to us. So let's take a look. I haven't been in the shower one yet, so get an idea. Oh, see, this is nice. See if we can find the light switch. Whoop. There we go. It was already on. It's just not particularly bright in here. There is a mirror here, some hooks on the wall. You got a little area to sit down, you get dressed, and then the showers are in here. So the shower room, very nice. umbrellas. Woo! Yeah! Camden, come on, man!
He's back! Woo! Get the bucket! Look at this. Oh God, look at these guys. Car washes! The bucket! Go ahead. I don't think the baby has gotten.
Oh, look, there's a whole bunch of kids.
That was pretty smart. Oh,
he's got a bucket.